Every app on your phone, every person competing for your attention, and several people in your personal life are running an active operation against your ability to think clearly. This is not a metaphor. This is engineering. In the next 8 minutes, you will learn the 5 cognitive attacks that are being run on you right now, and the exact mental firewall that stops each one cold. Every second you do not know this, the operation continues. Stay until the end.
Attack 1. Attention fragmentation. The mechanism. Your phone, your feed, and every platform competing for your time is engineered to interrupt your attention at precisely the moment it begins to deepen. Deliberately. Shallow attention is more profitable than deep attention. A fragmented mind consumes more, questions less, and is easier to influence. The evidence. Microsoft research found average human attention span dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8 seconds by 2015. The average American now checks their phone 96 times per day. Every interruption costs 23 minutes of deep focus recovery time. You are losing hours every day to an engineered attention tax you never agreed to pay.
The firewall. Step 1. Designate 2 90-minute blocks per day as cognitively protected. Phone off, notifications silenced, 1 task only. Step 2. When distraction occurs during these blocks, note it without engaging it. The urge to check is the addiction signal, not a genuine need. Step 3. Measure your longest uninterrupted focus block this week, then extend it by 10 minutes next week. Build the muscle back deliberately. Attack 2. Outrage conditioning. The mechanism. Social media algorithms have discovered that outrage produces more engagement, more clicks, more shares, more time on platform than any other emotional state. The result is a curated stream of content specifically selected to make you angry, because your anger is monetizable.
The evidence. A 2021 MIT study found that false and outrage-generating content spreads 6 times faster on social media than true, neutral content. A Facebook internal study showed that algorithm changes designed to reduce harmful content were reversed because they reduced engagement. Your outrage is a product being harvested. You are the raw material. The firewall. 1. Before sharing, reacting, or engaging with any content that produces outrage, pause for 60 seconds and ask, who benefits from my reaction to this? 2. Audit your feed for the 3 accounts or topics that produce the most emotional volatility. Unfollow or mute all 3 for 30 days and measure the change in your baseline clarity. 3. Treat your emotional state after consuming media the same way you would treat physical symptoms after eating. If it consistently makes you feel worse, stop consuming it.
Attack 3. Social proof manipulation. The mechanism. Humans are neurologically wired to calibrate behavior based on what the majority appears to be doing. This ancient survival mechanism is being systematically exploited. Manufactured consensus, inflated metrics, and algorithmically amplified minority views are used to make you believe that the majority holds positions they do not actually hold. The evidence. Research on preference falsification shows that large portions of any population privately hold views that differ significantly from what they publicly express, because the perceived social cost of dissent feels too high. You are adjusting your thinking based on a social reality that has been engineered to look different from what it actually is. The firewall. 1. Separate "this has many likes or views" from "this is true or correct." These are entirely different signals. 2. Form your position on any significant issue before consulting external consensus. Then compare your independent conclusion to the consensus rather than borrowing the consensus as your starting point. 3. Identify one position you hold primarily because it seems like what everyone believes, and actually examine whether you believe it.
Attack 4. Learned helplessness programming. The mechanism. A steady diet of news, commentary, and content designed to show you that the world is overwhelming, corrupt, and beyond individual influence produces a specific psychological state: learned helplessness. The belief that individual action is futile, that systems are rigged, and that the only rational response is passive consumption. The evidence. Psychologist Martin Seligman's foundational research on learned helplessness showed that subjects who were repeatedly exposed to uncontrollable negative outcomes eventually stopped trying to avoid them, even when they later gained the ability to do so. This state is being manufactured in your mind at scale, because a passive and hopeless population consumes more and resists less. The firewall. 1. Immediately after consuming any content that produces hopelessness, identify one specific, concrete action within your direct control that relates to the topic. 2. Execute that action within 24 hours, not because it will solve everything, but because the act of agency breaks the helplessness conditioning. 3. Reduce consumption of content whose primary function is to show you that you are powerless, regardless of its political or ideological framing.
Attack 5. Identity capture. The mechanism. When your political, social, or ideological identity becomes the primary lens through which you process all information, you become cognitively captured, filtering evidence, dismissing contradictions, and defending positions not because they are correct, but because they are yours. Every platform and every political operation is actively working to deepen your identity investment in a team, because captured identities are loyal, predictable, and controllable. The evidence. Research on motivated reasoning consistently shows that people with strong political and ideological identities process factual information less accurately than those with weaker identity investment. Not because they are less intelligent, but because their brain is prioritizing identity protection over truth-seeking. The more you feel your identity is on the line, the worse your thinking becomes. The firewall. 1. Identify your 3 strongest identity-level beliefs, the ones that feel personal rather than just intellectual. 2. For each one, find the strongest possible argument against it, not to abandon the belief, but to ensure you are holding it for reasons rather than holding it for identity. 3. Practice saying, "I might be wrong about this," on at least one position per week, not as weakness, but as the maintenance of cognitive independence.
The most sophisticated operation against your mind is not run by an enemy you can name. It is run by systems that profit from keeping you distracted, outraged, and dependent. The first act of resistance is simply knowing it is happening.